Today on Let's Go Farming, we focus on the drought that has hit some parts of the country and affected 2023-2024 farming season. As Let's Go Farming crew, we visited some of the affected farmers in Sibanyati area in Joma district of Southern Province. Our first stop was at Ezra Mawalani's farm. He planted 40 hectares of maize, and due to drought, he didn't harvest anything.
Been doing farming since 2015 up to date. Yes, all these past years I've been doing well. Now this year, 2023-2024, it wasn't good. I've planted in 2-3 farms. Here I planted about 25 hectares. Yes, I did everything. I applied basil dressing, top dressing, even paying workers, doing weeding. I did everything. Didn't have enough water this year. Working like this, we were responding to the calls of the president. The president wanted more metric of tons for maize so that the country have bumper harvest this season. Together, if I add all the fields, I've planted 40 hectares. we didn't in Itonga we say kuina popwinditwa gayoga oguno kujibera Yesu. Even my children, they don't know, they didn't taste any maize, fresh maize this year. Everything has gone, as you can see. There is nothing. This year my target was 1.2 million. 1.2 million. So everything has gone. I can tell you the money which I invested into these fields. I'll tell you which I remember. One, I bought 80 by 10 kgs. It was 500 and per 10 kgs maize seed. It was 550 kwacha. So when you add 80 times 500, it will give you the answer. And I do remember the fertilizer which I applied into all these fields. It's 360 bags of fertilizer D and urea. So those bags costed me about 272,000 kwacha. Fertilizer only. When you calculate starting from the plowing, weeding, up to this stage, how much have I wasted into this soil? We are crying, as you can see, but you can't see my tears. I'm smiling because I believe in God. He's the one who is strengthening me. Through the Minister of Agriculture, my request is, some of us, we have got some boreholes. So we are requesting the government to empower us using irrigation throughout. We should grow winter maize. Whether the season it has ended, then we do winter maize. So we are requesting the Minister of Agriculture to empower us. I'm ready to do winter maize because I've got the borehole at home. Now, I don't have anything right now because all the monies I had, it has gone. Yeah. So, if the Minister of Agriculture can hear our cry as farmers, we are ready to do winter maize right now. I can remove all this so that we do winter maize. So what we are crying right now is the implement for the irrigation. That is all.
Sharad Madilwe is Banyati State Land Block Agriculture Supervisor.
As the people who are in charge of these camps, we've been visiting this farmer from the time he started cultivating, planting, fighting armyworms together. You can really see that the farmer really wanted to do what? To harvest. But with the cry of irrigation, under the Ministry of Agriculture, we have a department under TSB. They are in the field collecting data which will help the government think about assisting whom are we going to assist with whatever they have already. For example, he has the borehole. What will be needed is for the officers to come and see, is it possible for that borehole to sustain the crop, winter maize. So as the Minister of Agriculture, I think anytime soon our farmers are going to be told what next.
Next stop we had was at Jacobson's field. Despite him losing his 9 hectares of maize due to drought, he has turned his challenges into opportunities by making feed for his animals using dried stalks.
So the field we're in now is yellow maize, stock feed. I do a lot of cattle as well. But I've never experienced a drought with the heat we have gone through like this year. As we can see, we've got 8 hectares of maize here that's already been harvested. It's given us less than a quarter of the yield we normally get. We should keep growing maize. That is what we know what to do, and we are good at it. We have just had a setback. We will come back 2025 even stronger. I'm looking at the bush. I've got not enough grass for my animals. I'm looking at the feed that would have helped me through the dry season. And now, as I said, we need to think outside the box. I'm picking up all the stalks, whatever I can find. I'm going to put through the hammer mill and keep it for July, August, September. If it's the right thing to do, I don't know, but we must make a plan. Let me show you what I'm doing. Picking up whatever we can, putting it through the hammer mill. If it's the right thing to do or not, I don't know, but let's go and have a look. You can see we've been busy picking up all the stalks. We put them through the hammer mill, and this is the end result we get. So from here we're going to take it home and we're going to mix it with urea, a little bit of water and salt, and we're going to keep it until June, July. It's the first time I'm doing it. All the other years we've had maize enough for my animals, grass enough. But as I said before, this year is a challenge, and we are trying to think outside the box.
Sbanyati State Land Block Agriculture Supervisor is delighted with Mr. Kelt's achievements.
His crop, it reached maturity, though the tonnage is down. Why? Because Mr. Jacobson planted early. Okay, with the first rains, and he planted with fertilizer. Those are the things which we sing every day to our small-scale farmers to say, let's practice CA, which is climate smart. By so doing, despite the drought, you can see that Mr. Jacobson has harvested something. We went to his dryer. He was forced to harvest the crop. Why? Because people took advantage. Around that area, he's the only one with a cob. So they started stealing. Then we advised him to do what? To remove the cob and dry it elsewhere. Then we moved to Mr. Mabalan's field. You saw that the field is vast, is big, but the difference is CA practices. Okay, he did the ordinary plowing. By so doing, he suffered the most. You can see Mr. Mabalan's crop needed only 2 weeks of good rains. By this time, we're going to be talking about maybe 2.5 to 3 tons per hectare, but literally he got nothing. Then again, you can see that our farmers are really suffering because of this dry spell, drought, the nutrition part, you find that this is the period when they are supposed to be eating different foodstuffs which comes with the season, but because of the dry spell, nothing has happened. The animals are also suffering. We've seen that our grasses are dry. Mr. Jacobson even said he has not even gone halfway to harvest hay, which he usually supply to other farmers, other entities. Otherwise, we have the work to do. We have to re-emphasize on conservation farming to our farmers. That's the only medicine which we can do. And the other thing is we have to replant trees so that we try to grab some carbon gases which are being emitted by different vices. Thank you very much.
We also caught up with Kemi Jirundiga, a tobacco farmer.
I started farming tobacco in 2017. So, what happened, I was a maize growing farmer. So I stopped growing maize due to some bad prices for maize. So I started farming tobacco, which is of high value. 2023-2024 season, it started well. Yeah, we planted well. We planted maize, bit of maize, and more of tobacco, hoping that the end will be successful. So tobacco is yagatarika kwenda gabotu twagabika beso gabotu ya nyamuga, then twabika kani calcium nitrate which takutede nigo hekugomena gabotu nkora yagari kuwa gabotu pano yagasiga stage imwe inkora yagabotarika gutantana so tobacco estiyaga gomena gabotu kamboga nkora yagajeya. As a result ibutebo zitabugo tagano twaga not titebore muri mutwari gutebora yonse.
Like any other farmer, Mr. Jirundiga is appealing to Ministry of Agriculture for assistance of irrigation equipment.
At this point in time, from the Minister of Agriculture, we are asking them to help us with the boreholes. If they can manage to drill us some boreholes, even to the cooperative partners who can help them or help us. We really need the boreholes, or we need the water so that we can irrigate our crops in terms of droughts like this one we had this year. Yeah. So if we can have those, we can have the boreholes, we can improve our yields. We can be able to feed our country quite all right, and even our animals won't be suffering to this drought. The tobacco is not really ready, but we are forced to reap it because of this. If you can see it, it have those patches on it. So these patches, they keep on growing, and as a result, the leaf get destroyed. So we are forced to reap it so that we can't really get a loss. At least maybe a bit of some income for the next year. We can be ready to start for the next season.
Up next is a sunflower farmer whose crops dried up despite planting a seemingly drought-resistant crop.
I started growing sunflower. It's now almost 15 years. I was getting oil, cooking oil, sunflower cake to feed some pigs and chickens. The time when I started, the crop was going very well, but only for this season. So we have experienced this which has affected us. The whole farm is 16 hectares. Then from 16 hectares, usually every year, I plant at least 5 or 6 hectares of sunflower. if I plant record, Saona and Milika, per 50 kg, I can get almost 25 liters. If the season is good, I can go up to that. Yes. But since the season is bad, sunflower has not performed well. So it means oil content now has reduced. What is needed is the government to come in to helping us on loan basis. If you can have some loans like boreholes, yeah. If I can have a borehole, then it means I can plant everything in time using some drip irrigation. These heads of sunflower were supposed to be big. Then because of the rain season, there's little water, they are very small heads, and there is nothing inside. Having nothing inside, it means even oil content will be low. So we are appealing to the Ministry of Agriculture. If the Ministry of Agriculture can come in to help us so that we can prosper, maybe we can reach next year, we plant. I've been a farmer for 15 years of sunflower, but this is not the thing which was happening for 15 years, only this year when you have experienced this.
Gaumba Funda is Banyati Camp Extension Officer. He explains the importance of crop diversification.
As you know, Southern Province or Choma district in particular, it's not just like okay, we can say is the main crop being grown here is maize, but in our camp, this is Svanyati, we do also advise farmers to diversify, to do maybe a wide range of crops ranging from cereals, sunflower, and maybe shrubs like tobacco. And maybe we are trying to promote diversification in such a sense that maybe as you know that this year, like what we have experienced, we have had long dry spells which have resulted in a drought, and most of crops like maize have dried up because they are cereals. Their root system is not as strong as that of a shrub or like that of sunflower. This is the reason why you have seen even the degree of damage, the impact is a bit different. It's at different levels. Tobacco, we've seen something, at least it has managed to strive because of its taproot system. And sunflower has also strived a bit because I can see heads are a bit reasonable. It's only that a farmer needs to change the culture of treating sunflower by planting it late than maize, because this growing season now has become short. If you compare now what we have seen on this sunflower field, it's much better than what we have experienced in some of these maize fields where the crop completely got destroyed, dried up, not even a single grain or a cob, being picked from the field. So now, coming to the issue of how we should maybe try to combat this climate change issue, I'll start with the tobacco farming. Tobacco farming, yes, maybe at small scale level, it's a little bit difficult because if we say we continue empowering them with irrigation, other than giving them tree nurseries to replace the trees they cut for curing tobacco, then we are worsening the situation. So the best thing we should start with is intensification of tree planting for us to be able to accommodate tobacco production at a small scale level. Then coming to sunflower, it's good because it doesn't cause any harm. Instead, it's there even to improve human nutrition, animal, And also it improves the farm net income. If one sells, they say some byproducts, you talk of cake, which is like sold to livestock farmers, or you can still give it within the farmyard. You give it to maybe small ruminants you are keeping, or maybe, even the poultry. And then cooking oil, you can still expel oil for the family. As you know that oil prices have gone up due to scarcity of the same. My message is we need to maybe encourage our farmers to grow this crop, sunflower in particular, not necessarily for nutrition, but again, it's also very good for crop rotation sake, because we've had a culture of growing same crop, which is maize, and that has resulted into our soils becoming somehow poor. Why? Because we don't include legumes like cowpeas, groundnuts, which can help us improve our soil fertility. Again, when they go into this on large scale, because it's a cash crop and it's a high value crop compared to like it fetches a higher value, market value than maize. So maybe we can these farmers can be empowered with some oil experts to add value, other than this farmer harvests this same sunflower. Then when they take for exporting, they're expected to live or to exchange the oil with the cake. So we want this farmer to be benefiting double. Sales from cake, sales from oils and the like. So by that way, I think we will have improved their living.
Inasmuch as maize is Zambia's staple food, it is also important to venture into climate-resilient crops in order to alleviate hunger. That's all we had for you on this particular episode. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Mutinta Nyanga. Until next time, bye-bye.